Right, well, I thought I'd better bite the bullet and clean up my Mercedes. The first job, I think, is to remove all the carpet that I've got in the back, which was a handy place to store it, keep it dry. I just running out of room here when I shut down all these garages that I had because I had to build the project. Anyway, so I've got to clear the back of the Mercedes, and then I'm going to give it a thorough valet. What's a posh word, isn't it? A thorough clean, so that I'm going to start driving it around a bit. So here we are, and we'll see how it goes. It's it doesn't really know what's coming its way. It was quite happy sitting here in a sort of rough state. Anyway, we'll see what it's like. I hope it starts. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Right, well, that's the cargo area, or the back of the car anyway, cleaned out a bit. I didn't want to use, I mean, there's a few marks here and there, but basically it's clean, and I didn't want to use something or anything too caustic, or I didn't want to rub it too much because you know, it's 30 years old, this carpet, and it is clean now. But if I try to get some of the marks out, I'll probably do more harm than good. I think that's fine at the moment. Anyway, we'll carry on. Right, well, I finally got everything out of the back of the car and got it back to its basic working condition of 4 doors, 5 seats if you like. Well, it's actually got 7 seats because it's got the 2 in the back. I've got to clean them yet. I was just laughing to myself before because it's amazing what we do with these cars. The carpet here, this 30-year-old car, right? So the carpet here actually is very, I mean, it's perfect. It's like new. It just needs a professional clean, really. Somebody who, you know, has got the right solution to clean it with and everything. But then we put mats on it. So these are mats on top of the carpet, and then to protect the mats, I've got this plastic covering, and that's to protect the mat, which is protecting the carpet. I suppose for 30 years I've protected the carpet, never used it, really, never seen it, but I don't know why. Anyway, so I've taken everything out, and it's gonna have a good clean. I've just got the front to do as well, try to get as much superfluous junk out of it as I can, and then start cleaning the body. Hopefully it'll scrub up all right. Okay, the dog's helping me. It's about 31 or 32 degrees centigrade here at the moment, which for the UK is pretty hot, but it's very humid as well. It's not the best of day really to be out in the sun here, but I got into the hang of it, so I'll carry on. That looks a lot better in the back there. Anyway, I'll carry on. Right, well, I've just got to go down to town. You see, look, 2 cars the same color, and neither of the colors are original. The 2CV and the Dodge have got the electric blue. Actually, at one point, quite a few years ago, when I had a lot of cars, I had about 13 here, I think, I had planned to, or at least I wanted to, paint them all this same color. I had this fantasy that I'd have them all in electric blue. Anyway, let's have a look. I'm going down to town to deliver something, so I think we'll take the Dodge, and maybe if my wife comes with me, she can film a bit. Oh, just turn it around. Right, so, I mean, I've talked about this many times. This is the fluid drive. So, okay, I've put it in reverse, put my foot on the brake, let the clutch out. Right, that's in gear. It's in gear, and let the handbrake off. It's in gear, and like an automatic now, it, as I let my foot off the brake, it starts to move on its own. It's quite handy, really. So it's like an automatic in that respect. Because obviously you've got a fluid drive with it. It's not quite like a torque. Well, it's similar to a torque converter, except the torque converter converts torque. It's just uses torque up, really, I guess. Whoops, missed my wife's car. That was handy. Right. We've got so much junk accumulated here, left over from the development. Right, so, oh, sorry, what did I do then? So I had it in reverse. Right, so I had it in reverse. Let's have a look, see if I can see what I'm doing down there. That way. So it's in reverse. So I put the clutch in, which you must do. You have to put the clutch in, obviously, to change gear. And then I bring it down into first. Well, actually, I'll bring it down into top, because this car will drive in top. Then I let the clutch out, so it's in gear. So we're in top gear, 3 speeds. We're in top gear, and I've taken my foot off the brake. It's creeping forward slowly. Oh, it's gathering speed because it's in top. I'm not touching the throttle at all. It's just driving on its own here at the moment. Obviously, it'll only drive at a certain speed because it's just ticking over. It's quite handy. So I haven't got any of my feet on the pedals. All I'm doing is just letting the car drive itself. Okay, so I think I better go back actually and pick my wife up, because I think she's coming with me. Whoops, that was that noise was the sound of the clutch pedal going in. Right, so I'll go pick my wife up. Right, well, we're in top gear, and as I say, if we're driving in a sort of lazy mode, where we're not having to pull away very quickly, I will stop at a junction or anything and just leave it in gear. It's like an automatic, and pull away. But of course, to pull away at any speed, I need to put the car into a lower gear. Well, there is only 2 other gears to choose from. There's only 3 speeds. And first is actually impossible to use. It's too low, really. So it's really 2 speeds that you can use. Second and third top. So here we probably just stop, left it in gear. Right, that's it. It's pulling away in top, but I'll put it into second when we get to this roundabout. Right, I've gone up into second. In fact, it'll pull away quite quick in second, because it's got that low ratio rear axle. That's the clutch pedal squeaking again. That could be a real nuisance in a minute. Very comfortable, this car. Soft suspension and great big fat tires. All these old cars are very comfortable. Actually, left-hand drive cars are quite handy in narrow roads and everything, because you can gauge exactly how close you are to the curb and get as close as you can without actually hitting the curbs. It's all the time here, you're just in top gear. It drives perfectly. Pulls away very well from like 15-20 miles an hour. Having to brake on this car actually with the top gear, it sort of runs away with itself a bit. A bit more pleasant driving around actually at the moment today, because the temperature's finally dropped a bit for us. Yeah, so I find this a bit easier to drive on the left hand here, because you can get right up close to the curb in situations like that. So I'm going to second, just to pull away here, back into top. I don't know if the microphone's picking up the sound of the car there echoing in that little brick valley, but it sounds like a V8. It's only of course a straight six, and they have a particular sound of their own. Especially a flathead. Right, that's in top still, so it just pulls away up that little hill in top as well. Right, well, I I moved the Mercedes from over there to over here, and the reason is because underneath that top coating you can see all that dark tarmacy stuff, and there's a story there. Let's have a look. Be careful where I walk. This dark coating here that we put down is temporary, and what it is, it's old, or it was when it was put down, it's old tarmac roads that they break up and they crush up into little bits, and it's dry and it's loose, and if you put it down when you drive on it, as you can see, because it's all tarmac and the heat and the driving on it, it basically over time packs itself down into a very hard, firm surface. So it makes a temporary road for us here till we put the final coating on. But it also gives it a very firm base because it's packed down really tight now. But the guy came to do some stuff in the driveway for us, and he used tarmac, which is this stuff that he got, which is all fresh, full of tar, and then it's rolled, and he put it down and mixed it in over there in that driveway. And as you walk on it, you get bits of tar all over your shoes. And I've had a couple of shoes ruined, so I've had to move the Mercedes away from that. Oh dear. Oh, and here's an example of what happens. So I picked all this up on my shoe when I was cleaning the Mercedes yesterday. Now I've got to clean the shoes off.